Things happen to us. Sometimes things we didn't choose and didn't deserve, and we can find ourselves feeling stuck, disconnected, or overwhelmed by emotions that seem too big to handle. Trauma can have debilitating effects on us if we suffer too much. But it's possible to live a life that feels fulfilling and safe. A life where you can regulate your emotions, feel empowered in your body, and begin to heal. I'm a trauma survivor and someone living with complex PTSD. I'm not a doctor or therapist. I speak from lived experience and years of learning how to navigate the ups and downs of healing. Emotions can feel confusing and intense, especially if you've experienced neglect, abandonment, or trauma. But they are not your enemy. They're messengers, and learning how to work with them is a powerful step toward reclaiming your life. If you're on a journey to understand yourself better, to heal from CPTSD, or to just feel more steady and safe in your own skin, you're in the right place. Hi, my name is Rashonda. Welcome to my channel. For a long time, I didn't know anything was wrong because what I was living in felt normal. I was so enmeshed in my family dynamics that I couldn't tell the difference between survival and safety. That chaos was my baseline. It wasn't until my senior year of high school, when a mentor gently told me, this isn't normal, that something clicked. And in my first year of college, everything started unraveling. I was emotionally dysregulated all the time. I'd either completely shut down and isolate, or I'd lash out and then spiral with guilt, wondering why I couldn't just calm down or show up the way other people seemed to. But the truth is, no one had ever taught me how. No one ever modeled regulation or safety for me. I was doing the best I could with what I had. It wasn't until I started learning about trauma responses and the nervous system that I realized I wasn't broken. I was surviving. And now I get to learn new ways to live. Not just get through the day, but actually feel grounded, connected, and in control. Let's talk about emotions, especially when you've been through trauma or are living with CPTSD. Sometimes feelings hit us so hard and fast, it's like we're drowning. And for a lot of us, emotional regulation isn't something we were ever taught, especially if we grew up in chaotic or unsafe environments. But here's what I've learned. Emotions are not the enemy. They show up to tell us something, not to hurt us, but to help us understand what we need. One of the first steps in healing is learning to notice and name what we're feeling, even if we don't know what to do with it yet. There's this phrase from Dr. Dan Siegel, name it to tame it. Just saying, I feel scared or I'm overwhelmed actually helps calm the brain. It's a small thing that makes a big difference. Now, I want to pause here and say this. If you're still in contact with someone who's harming you, or you're in a situation that doesn't feel safe, emotional regulation might nearly feel impossible. You're not broken, you're surviving. And it makes sense that your nervous system is stuck in survival mode because it's doing its job. So please don't take this as me saying just breathe through it and everything will be fine. That's not what this is. But I do want to share something that helped me when I started this journey. There's a concept called the 90-second rule. When you experience an emotion, the actual physical reaction in the brain, the chemical surge, only lasts about 90 seconds. After that, the emotion sticks around only if we keep fueling it with thoughts, stories, or memories. So even though it might feel like an emotion is never ending, there's actually a window, a moment where it can pass, or at least settle, if we give it space. Of course, this doesn't mean it's easy, but it's empowering to know you are not at the mercy of your emotions forever. You can build skills that help you feel more steady, more safe, more like yourself. It takes time, it takes compassion, but it's possible, even if you've been through the hardest things. If you've ever felt like your emotions are too much, they're not. You just haven't been given tools or support yet. That doesn't mean you won't learn them. That doesn't mean you're doomed to feel this way forever. You're doing better than you think. Just being here, listening, learning, that's emotional regulation in action. Thanks for being here with me today. Remember, healing takes time, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just showing up for yourself is a powerful step. If this resonated with you, feel free to come back anytime you need a reminder that you're not alone and you're not broken. You're healing. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.